بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Assalamu alaikum once again. We are going to another topic in advanced structures, and this is the topic of al-ishtighaal. So it's a very short topic, inshallah. It won't be a long one because it's pretty straightforward and it's just one simple concept. And once you understand it, it becomes pretty straightforward. This week, we will do الاشتغال and النعت السببي. Both of them are very short and easy topics, so we'll be able to finish that this week. And I know I mentioned in the group that maybe we'll be finishing advanced structures before Ramadan, but I don't think it's possible because I checked whatever topics are remaining, فعل ماضي and معرف بال, plurals. These are very heavy topics, and I don't think we'll be able to manage doing them before Ramadan, but it's okay. When we finish Ramadan and we can agree when to come back, we'll continue with this and finish this off, and then we can plan what next. So today is just al-ishtighaal. It's a very short topic, like I said. And the question on the mind is, what is al-ishtighaal? So what is this concept? The concept of al-ishtighaal is basically where you have a fi'l, sorry, an ism occurring between a fi'l and its pronoun. Okay, so the occurrence of a fi'l between an ism and its pronoun. So you have an ism at the beginning, then you have a fi'l in the middle, and there's an attached pronoun to this fi'l that goes back to the ism. I know it sounds hard, difficult to understand, but with the examples, you will be able to get it, inshallah. So let's look at some samples in English first before we enter into the Arabic bit of it. So for example, if I say the book, al-kitab, the book, he read. Of course, it in Arabic, there's that pronoun that goes back to the book. So you see there's a fi'l that comes in between an ism and its pronoun. Okay, so that's the whole idea of al-ishtighaal. So you have three parts to it: the ism, the fi'l, and the pronoun. Those are the three parts of an ishtighaal, and we will talk more in details about that. Or for example, a cow, he milked it. Okay, a baby, he carried her. Okay, or if you know, some parts they say it, they refer to babies as it, you know, that's an English thing. So this is basically the idea of al-ishtighaal in Arabic. So you have the ism, then you have a fi'l, then the fi'l has an attached pronoun to it, and that attached pronoun goes to the ism. So you can see the baby here is being referred to it by her, a cow is being referred to it as it, and the book is it here. So that's the whole concept of al-ishtighaal. Now, before we even talk about al-ishtighaal, there's something important we need to remind ourselves. We need to revise, okay? So remember, the normal order of a jumla fi'aliyah is what? It's fi'l, then the fa'il, then the maf'ul. That's the normal order of a jumla fi'aliyah. Remember, when we're looking into a jumla fi'aliyah, we ask ourselves, what's the fi'il? What's the fa'il? What's the maf'ul? That's normal. That's the basic order. For example, أكل is the فاعل, زيد is the فاعل, التفاحة is the مفعول. Normal جملة فعلية order. فعل, فاعل, مفعول. Okay? So this is our فعل, this is our فاعل, and this is our مفعول. مفعول. Okay? So that's our normal order. Then you have اختصاص. You have this idea of مفعول به, or like if you change the order a little bit, you have a difference in meaning. So this idea of taqdeem, okay? And there are two ways in which you can cause a taqdeem in a jumla fi'aliyah sentence structure. So the first one is, we said fi'al, fa'il, maf'ul. So the idea is you move the fa'il once. So that's the first one. You move the maf'ul once. So you have fi'il, maf'ul, and then fa'il. So you've changed the order a little bit. Now it's no longer normal. It's a bit different. Now when you do that, you create a special meaning, but the whole idea of moving the maf'ul is taqdeem. You qaddama yuqaddimu, to bring forward or to approach or to come forward. So what you did is you brought the maf'ul forward. Okay, so you moved it from its position, you moved it once. Okay, so you have fa'il, maf'ul, fa'il. And of course, there's that meaning, special meaning that is generated by that. For example, we had initially we had akala zaydun at-tufaha. Now we have أكل التفاحة زيد. أكل التفاحة زيد. And the only thing that tells us this is the فاعل is because of when we look at the إعراب, we know this is مرفوع. It's in رفع status, and that tells us that is the فاعل. And we look at this, it's منصوب. That tells us that is the مفعول. So أكل التفاحة زيد, the مفعول moved once. Or the other way of doing it is you can actually have the مفعول moving all the way to the end. So it becomes the first thing. So it moves twice. Okay? So now you have the order of مفعول, then the فعل, then the فاعل. So the مفعول becomes number one in the order. That's another way of doing تقديم in جملة فعلية. So in that sense, you have التفاحة أكل زيد. التفاحة أكل زيد. In that sense, you are putting more emphasis on the apple, on the مفعول به, on what was done to. Okay? So that's the idea of تقديم in a جملة فعلية. Now, الاشتغال looks a lot like this second type of مفعول به تقديم, of مفعول به مقدم. It looks a lot like this structure, where you have an ism. Look at it. We said اشتغال is where you have an ism, then you have a فعل, then you have a pronoun or something that goes back to that فعل. Although here you see the only difference is there's no pronoun here. So if there was a pronoun attached to this فعل, أكلها, there's a pronoun attached there, then we'll be talking about اشتغال. So the only difference between this مفعول به مقدم, yeah, that we're dealing with here, and الاشتغال, the concept we're learning today, is the pronoun. Just the pronoun is the only difference that takes it from a مفعول به مقدم to اشتغال. So that's a very, very important detail you need to always remember. Okay? Because if the pronoun is there, it's the concept of الاشتغال. And اشتغال has a different purpose. And if the pronoun is not there, then it's مفعول به مقدم. And if it's مفعول به مقدم, it has a different purpose. Okay? So the idea of مقدم, we remember the idea of مقدم is the idea of اختصاص, where we say only. Yeah, the idea of only or alone, or you add that emphasis. Yeah, that's what we talked about when we are talking about تقديم, مقدم and مؤخر, the idea of only. But when it comes to اشتغال, there's another concept called اهتمام. So to create and to make something important, to create importance. So it's not the meaning of only that we're dealing with here. We're dealing with the meaning of making something important, bringing something forward to make it important, yeah, to show the importance of it. So that's the difference. So let's look at this example of اشتغال over here. So we have التفاحة, just like above, التفاحة, but instead of أكل زيد, we have أكلها. So you see there's a pronoun, أكلها زيد. And now this simple difference makes it اشتغال. Okay? I hope that's clear. So اشتغال, this concept, like we mentioned, it has three parts to it. So it has the first part, which is the ism, which we're also calling the مشغول عنه, the thing being, occupied, or being شغلة, to make something busy, or to be busy, or to occupy. So المشغول عنه, the thing being talked about, if you will, which is now that ism mansub at the beginning. Okay, التفاحة. Then you have the مشغول, which is the فعل, the thing that is doing the working, المشغول. And then you have the شاغل, the thing that is being done to. And then you have a شاغل. Then you have a شاغل, which is the pronoun. So you have those main three parts that are important in this structure of اشتغال. All right, is that clear? So you can actually see I've color coded them here, so you can see the green part is the مشغول عنه, then the مشغول, then the شاغل. Another easier way of remembering what comes before and what comes after is to remember that the longest word, مشغول عنه, you can see it's the longest word, is the one that comes at the beginning, then the longer word مشغول, then the شاغل, the shortest word comes at the end. So مشغول عنه, مشغول, شاغل. That's the order in which that comes, right? All right, so what is the purpose? Like I said, what is the purpose of الاشتغال? I said the purpose of الاشتغال is الاهتمام, as opposed to the emphasis that we talked about اختصاص. So when you have مفعول به مقدم, you have اختصاص, the idea of only. But when we have اشتغال, so you see what the pronoun just does. The pronoun gives importance. So creating importance to something. And that's the difference between الاشتغال and مفعول به مقدم. All right. Now there's another subtle thing about this structure. Sometimes this structure, so we said it's the isim is mansub. The isim has to be in nasab status. That's most of the time. Sometimes this isim comes in marfu' status. So it comes with a dhamma, or it comes in a marfu' status at the beginning. Now, in that case, there is no importance that is being created. It's treated just like a normal jumla ismiya. Okay, so you just treat it like a mubtada khabar situation. And even though some grammarians will still consider it as ishtighal, but it's not, you won't hear that they would say that this is the mashghul anhu, this is the mashghul, and the ha is shaghil. They would just say this is your mubtada. We know jumla ismiya mubtada khabar. So at-tufahatu would be your mubtada, and then sorry, this is akalaha. أكلها زيد. So أكلها زيد, this would be your خبر في محل رفع. جملة فعلية. So this جملة فعلية becomes your خبر of التفاحة. Okay. Is that clear? So it's not always that you're going to have a fatha. So sometimes you can have a dhamma, but if it's a dhamma, then you just go normal mubtada khabar. Don't lie. So only watch out when it's a fatha. That's the other idea. Watch out when it's a fatha. Okay. And in this case, no importance is created, simply a mubtada khabar situation. Okay. Now, what is the process? So if you're looking at a sentence and you're wondering, is this mubtada muqaddam or is it ishtighal? What's happening in the sentence? So first of all, you check for a mansub or a marfu' at the beginning of a sentence. So is it a mansub at the beginning of a sentence? If it's yes, then you check, is there a fi'l after it? If it's yes, then check, is there a pronoun attached to that fi'l that goes back to what came before? Okay. If there is, you're looking at an ishtighal. Simple. If it's marfu' at the beginning and all these other conditions are there, then you're looking at a mubtada khabar situation, just treat it as normal. Okay. Of course, if it's mansub, it's al-ishtighal. And that's where you would say that this is the mashghul anhu and this is the shaghil. This is all that stuff. All right. Any questions? Like I said, it's a very short topic, this one. Not a lot. Yes.
Can there be a distance between the fail and the pronoun going back to the mashghul anhu?
No.
So they all have to be together, like jar majroor together.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. From what I know, unless if it comes like with a jar majroor, I'm not so sure if that can happen. But most, from what I know, is that the fi'l and the pronoun is attached, like they come together like that. Well, that's a good question. Maybe I will research further on that. Okay, great. So we can do the exercises from the Quran. So if anybody wants to participate, please raise your hand. Okay. So we have Fauzia and Saima. We'll do that in that order. So basically, the exercise is very simple. We're just going to identify what the mashghul anhu. Remember the short, long, slightly long, then short, in that order. Yeah, so the mashghul anhu, the mashghul, and then the shaghil. So Fazia, you can start.
We're looking for an ism in nasab form. followed by a fail with an attached pronoun, correct?
Yes.
So Basharan is an ism in nasab form, and but it's followed by minna, which is jar majroor. So
That's
then
good.
there's no fail. So I'm going to move on. Then there's wahidan, which is again ism in mansoob form. Then you've got nattabi'uhu, which is a fail with an attached pronoun. So the mashghul anhu is wahidan, and the I forgot the name of the mashghul.
So it's just shorter.
Mashghul.
Yeah.
Okay. So mashghul is nattabi'u, and shaghil is who.
Exactly. So that's kind of what we have there. Yeah. So if you look up this ayah, you would see, I don't know if they would use those terms, but most likely they would, because when it comes to or they would say mansub bil ishtighaal or something like that. Yeah. So you'll actually see some idea of ishtighaal happening. Yeah. Saima?
والظالمين
Oh,
أعد
there you
لهم.
go. It came with a jar majroor. Your question, Fawzia, is going to be answered now. Yes.
الظالمين هذا النسب اسم followed by a أعد,
Yeah.
and then there is a pronoun, but it's not attached to a fail. It is a jar majroor.
Yes.
So this will be a ishtighal.
Yes, it will still be الاشتغال because sometimes some fi'als are married to harf jar. So أعدلي is one of those harfs that are married to this verb is married to lam. So you don't have أعده, you have أعد له, he prepared for him. And especially when you have متعدي بحرف, that idea to make something for someone. So I think that's where it comes with a pronoun like that.
So I need to say the words. Majhul anhu is zalimina. Mushghal is adda. And shaghil is lam. Sorry, hum.
Hum, yes. And you can see whom it matches, it goes back to Dalimin because it's plural. So you can see that it matches there. Fawzia?
Al-Adda is mashghul anhu. It's ism in nasab. Madadna is madi. So it's mashghul. And the ha is feminine pronoun. Shaghil, which is because of the al-Arda.
Exactly. And al-arda is feminine because the Arab said so. Yeah. Good. Saima?
Washu'ara'u. So this is marfu. Yattabi is the fail. Hum is the pronoun. And al-ghabuna. So this is normal mubtada khabar.
Yes. Yeah. So immediately you see the dhamma there, this is marfu'. So if you check this ayah, it will tell you this is mubtada, and this, whatever comes after, is going to be a khabar. You won't see anything about ishtighaal or mashghul shaghil, mashghul anhu. You won't see that. Yeah, even though it follows the structure of ishtighaal. Okay.
Did we miss the one above shu'ara'u wa ambatna fiha?
No, this one continues. وَالْأَرْضَ مَدَدْنَاهَا.
Oh,
it's one.
It's one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not the whole thing. Yeah.
وَالسَّمَاءَ بَنِينَاهَا.
Yeah. بَنَيْنَا.
بَنَيْنَاهَا. Sama'a is the mashghul anhu. Banayna is the mashghul, and ha is the shaghil.
Yes. Great. Saima?
Yes. Al-jibala, it's a marfu. Arsa is the fail. Ha is the pronoun, which is going back to al-jibal, since jibal is the broken plural.
Yes. Exactly.
So jibal is the mashghul anhu. Arsa is the mashghul. And ha is the shaghil.
Beautiful. Fawzia?
وَلُوتًا آتَيْنَاهُ. Lutan ism mansoob. Atayna is the mashghul, who is the shaghil.
Exactly. So you see, it's a pretty basic, pretty simple concept, and it doesn't happen a lot in the Quran also that you need to worry so much about it. I think if these are not all the ayat, maybe I left out 1 or 2 or 3, very few cases where I left out. So you can easily clock it. And most of the time you can see here where it's at the beginning of a sentence. So this wow is ataf on what came before. So it's at the beginning of an ayah. وَالْأَرْضَ مَدَدْنَاهَا وَالسَّمَاءَ بَنَيْنَاهَا وَالْجِبَالَ أَرْسَاهَا. So you can see it's kind of like at the beginning. So it just tells you that this is al-ishtighal. All right, last one.
والسماء is the summer nasab, mansub. Rafa'a is the fail. Ha is the pronoun, attached pronoun going back to as-sama. So there is a ishtighaal, and as-sama is the mashghul anhu. Rafa'a is the mashghul, and ha is the shaghil.
Exactly.
So we're giving importance to the sky over here.
Yeah. So the idea is, you will notice that this ayahs, they happen, there's a mubtada, and Allah is talking about, so Allah mentions the mubtada, but then he starts talking about as-sama. Or when he does this, then he's giving importance to specifically as-sama. There's already a mubtada. You know, when we said mubtada is the main topic, so you're discussing that is the main topic. Maybe he created the heavens and the skies. That's the main topic. That's your mubtada. Or maybe not created, but like, because created is a fi'al. But you have a mubtada, which is the main topic. And then inside that main topic, there's a couple of things that Allah is giving importance. So that's what would happen in this situation of al-ishtighaal. You have the main topic, but there are certain things that Allah wants to highlight. It's not the main topic, but it's highlighting it. So that's the whole idea of al-ishtighaal. Last one. This one, be careful.
وَكُلًّا آتَيْنَا حُكْمًا وَعِلْمًا. كُلًّا كُلًّا is mudaf from kulla.
Okay, so if it was a mudaf, it would be light, no al. Is it light?
Yes, no, it's not light.
Yeah, so here it's not acting as a mudaf, it's just acting like a normal ism.
Oh, then it's mansoob. And then atayna is it's a madi, and there's no shaghil.
Exactly, there's no shaghil. So what does this mean?
This is not mashghul anhu structure, not ishtighaal.
So what kind of structure could it be if it's not ishtighaal?
It's a mubtada khabar structure.
Remember
no. No, it's not mubtada khabar structure. It's a maf'ul muqaddam structure.
Yes, maf'ul bihi muqaddam. So you see, Allah brought this maf'ul bihi muqaddam to bring the meaning of only. Yeah. And okay. Only them, or something like that, or kullan, and only each of them, or something along those lines. Yeah. So you see what the pronoun does. If it was wa kullan ataynahum or ataynahu, then it would be ishtighaal. But the pronoun is missing, so this is maf'ul bihi muqaddam. Yeah. That's basically al-ishtighaal. Pretty simple, basic. Big words, big names, but very simple, basic concept. Yeah. Any questions on that? So just remember, you need the shaghil, and just remember, that's what makes it different from maf'ul bihi muqaddam. And also it can be marfu', and if it's marfu', then it's just jumla ismiya, no more jumla ismiya. So those are the two things you need to mostly remember about this topic. Those are the main ones.
This is aside from the main topic, and it's to give importance to something besides the main topic. That's the reason why the structure is used.
Yes. Yes.
But the main topic is important, but Allah wants to give importance to this subtopic,
yes,
in the context of the main topic.
Exactly. So let me open up the Quran, and then we can just look at one of this and what they say. Like perhaps maybe you can actually get the whole picture now what happens in the Quran. So you have your topic, and then you have this other things that are being given importance. Okay, so if we are to, this is Bariyat. This is Bariyat 57. Okay. So let's see what the i'rab of it is going to be. So you have الواو استئنافية والسماء منصوب على الاشتغال. So you can see they would actually mention على الاشتغال. والتقدير بنينا السماء بنيناها. So that's basically the meaning or the implication of what that means. وبنيناها فعل وفاعل ومفعول به. بنينا it's the فعل فاعل المفعول به. Basically, yeah, so you see that they're saying that this is الاشتغال. But when you look at the ayah, let's see how it comes. Where is it? So والسماء بنيناها بأيد وإنا لموسعون. Actually continues even والأرض فرشناها. Here is another اشتغال. So what is the topic? في عاد إذ أرسلنا عليهم الريح العقيم ما تذروا من شيء أتت عليه. So the topic is basically, you see, it's talking about the people of Ad. ما تذروا من شيء أتت إلا عليه إلا جعلته كالرميم. وفي ثمود, it's talking about previous nations. So you have Ad, you have Thamud, and then you have قوم نوح after it. But when it was talking about وفي ثمود, the people of Thamud, it says, it continues and said, no, after Nuh, sorry. It talked about Ad, then Thamud, then Nuh, and after the قوم of Nuh was السماء بنيناها. The sky just came out of nowhere. We were talking about the previous nations. That was the main discussion, the destruction of previous nations. And then out of nowhere you have والسماء بنيناها. We raised the sky, the heavens, we basically established the heavens بأيد, with power. وإنا لموسعون. So you can see it's a separation from the main topic. So it's giving some importance to this, which makes you wonder what is happening. What is the connection between what was being discussed and now we're talking about as-sama? And then you also have wal arda, being given priority or importance here. Yeah. So that's basically the whole idea. It happens a lot also in Surah Ar-Rahman. So I can just show you.
Something
So
is
that's
nasab because of no apparent reason, like what we consider
Yes.
like a maf'ul or something like that.
Yeah, you can never just have nasab. Nasab always has to have a reason. And there are about 16 different kind of reasons for nasab. And majority of them, you know them. Yeah. So when you see something that is nasab and it's an ism, there has to be a reason for it. Okay. Yeah.
Means our
So
mind should go when there is like not our known common, like what we are used to, like na harf of nasab, or if it's a mansoob thing, then we should think of it in such.
Exactly. So you cross out the ones that you know. You don't see harf of nasab. It's not any kind of maf'ul. It's not maf'ul bihi, maf'ul lahu, maf'ul hal. It's not any kind of those maf'uls. And you cross out the, if it's maybe mustathna, there are quite a several of them. So you start crossing out the ones that you know. And then if you can't find anything, you look at the structure. Is it ishtighaal structure? If it's an ishtighaal structure, then you have it. If it's not, then you just keep on crossing. That's until maybe if you're familiar with everything, then you can easily identify, oh, this is this, or this is that. Yeah. And also there are balagha reasons for nasab. So then there's that. So for example, here in Surah Rahman, you have وَالْأَرْضَ وَضَعَهَا وَضَعَهَا. So you can see أَرْضَ, وَضَعَ is the fi'al, and then ha is the shaghi. Yeah. So you can see Ar-Rahman وَعَلَّمَ الْقُرْآنِ. That's the topic. And then it continues عَلَّمَهُ الْبَيَانِ. And then all of a sudden you have وَالسَّمَاءَ رَفَعَهَا. So the topic is different. Then you have something else that is giving importance like that. Yeah. Any questions on الاشتغال? All right, great. I think we can stop there. It was a short and sweet topic. So سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. جزاك الله خيرا كثيرا.
وعليكم السلام.
Ilham,
جزاك
can
الله
you
خير.
show us how you find the examples? What do you put in the search bar to find examples of Ishtighaal, for example?
Okay, so normally I use Tafsir app a lot, this one, or Furqan. Yeah, so I just go to Bahth here, which means search. So and then I would type, like for example, wasama. So basically I kind of have an idea because I've read it maybe in the Quran. I know there's wasama, there's wal arda, there's things like that, walutan, things like that. So I'll just type in the first word and just check. So wasama, no, this is not it. And it's a bit of a tedious process, but or the other way I do it is basically you have to know some Arabic. So I would basically come to Google and write amthilatu. What is it? الاشتغال. الاشتغال. And yeah. And oops. الاشتغال. Oh, I wrote something else. I missed out the shin. الاشتغال. Yeah. There's certain sites that I really like. Diwanul Arab is one of them. So if that one is there, I would probably go there and just see what they say. It's a bit of an advanced kind of site. But yeah. So you see even the definition I took from here. وقوع فعل بين اسم وضميره. So the occurrence of a fi'l between an ism and its pronoun. And yeah. So أبشر منا واحدة نتبعه. Exactly the example that we did. So that's basically just kind of what I do. I'm good at searching and finding stuff. Yeah. You can see the examples I gave you are basically just what I got from here. This one I didn't take it. But yeah. So yeah. That's what I do. Either I use tafsir if I know some idea of what I'm looking for. If I don't know and I'm looking for something extra, I'll just Google it and look for certain sites that I trust. That would basically be that.
What tafsir again, please?
This one, I just search it. So when you go to tafsir.app, this site, Al-Bahith al-Qur'ani, then you go to Bahr, search, and then you can basically just type anything. Maybe you have an idea of some ayah, you just type it in there. Maybe walutan. You type it in there.
No, I mean, which one gives the grammar definitions better, the tafsir? I mean, the list of them.
Oh, I have quite a bit. I mean, it's depending on what is there, what is not there. So, I normally just, sometimes it's not there in the sites that I
Is it
trust. This one I
muyassar?
like. Sorry? Zara, are you there?
I'm asking the tafsir where we just saw the
Oh,
definition.
the breakdown.
Not, yeah.
This, where it says this one. Is this what you mean?
I'rab, okay.
Yeah, so I normally start with al-i'rab al-muyassar, the easy i'rab. So this one just gives you breakdown. This is mubtada, khabar, it just does that, which is an easy way of just confirming something. Sometimes it says some things that maybe other tafsirs don't agree with, but rarely. Then if I want to confirm something, maybe I'm not so sure, I read it there and then I'm not so sure, I would go to Muhyiddin Darwish, to this one, إعراب القرآن للدرويش. So do this one and just read in. So sometimes he does this. He has sections where he talks about the lugha or balagha sometimes or whatever. But you go to al-i'rab, yeah? This is just kind of like where... This one is a bit difficult one to read because it doesn't highlight the ayah and you have to actually look for it. So for example, this is the ayah that we're looking for. So it says, wow, عاطفة والسماء نصب على الاشتغال. So you see, Muyassar, sometimes you just copy Darwish. So if you read Muyassar, you're kind of, okay. Taqdeer. So you can see they just copied the whole thing basically here. Yeah. And if you want to confirm further, you can check the other guys. But those are the main ones that I normally go to check for Arab. So once you've searched for it, you come to Ulum, sciences. So this is where you'll have I'rab wa Lugha. So you can see these are the ones. Gharib wa Ma'ani, these ones are for like very difficult words and meanings. Then Qira'at, yeah, sort of like that. And then you have Ma'ajim, is where you come to look for now dictionaries. So this is where you have dictionaries. So you can type in Sama wa, or root letters, or I don't know if you type words. No, if you just have to type, I don't know, and then it gives you different dictionaries where you can search words. So this is a very, very handy tool. I really like this this app or this site because it has a lot of functionality around it. And when I'm looking for an ayah, sometimes I don't know the ayah because I want to check it in the Quran, but I don't know the ayah. I just know a particular word. So I just come and type that word here and it will give me the ayah. And then I can go to Quran.com and find the surah and the ayah, things like that. It's very versatile.
One more question. It would make sense for Ishtighaal to come after Ataf because it's not the main topic, but it's a secondary topic being given importance. It would not come after Istighnaf.
Yeah. So most of the time, yeah, it would come after Harf Ataf. You would see that it's being connected to something before because it's still part of that whole topic, but it's just being highlighted.
Okay, got it. Thank you. Jazakallah khairan.
Yeah, go. All right. If there's nothing else, I think we can stop there. We'll see you tomorrow, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.